How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of Half-Life 2. And you know what's the worst thing about my pre-recorded footage that I'm doing the commentary to? When I'm like recording a Let's Play of, let's say, Cyberpunk this week, for example, I can kind of decide that, oh, I don't have much time today, so maybe I'm gonna make these episodes a little shorter. Maybe I'm gonna do only a couple of missions instead of all of them. But when I look at the footage of my Half-Life 2 videos, for example, this one's 55 minutes long, and I just know that I gotta record 3 episodes of this today, so I'm gonna be here for like 2 hours sitting, talking about stuff. I guess it's a good opportunity to finally finish that stupid fanfic I was reading. I think there's only 2 chapters left and they got pretty long, so I probably read it this episode. But one thing I wanted to tell you, because you may notice, and I was talking about that in my Half-Life episode, I have a new microphone from my old Sharkoon headphones that were pretty good for the price. They were pretty cheap. They costed like, I don't know, 40 bucks. And they were really good. Except recently they got a little, like, the texture on the thing around your ears. They got like a little fucked up, and I was like, well, I wanted to buy new headphones anyway since I'm getting paid now. And I bought these Logitech G Pro V2. And I gotta say, the microphone, I was specifically looking for like good microphones on headsets. And I gotta say, the microphone on this thing is a little bit better. It's not some kind of like revolution that I was kind of hoping for. I would even say it's kind of the same. It's on par with that Sharkoon microphone. But at least the headphones themselves are actually way better. The fact that I basically don't hear anything but the game and a little bit like echoey sound of my voice. My voice, it doesn't sound so loud now. I might be speaking really loudly right now, but I don't hear it very well. So I guess that's a good thing. And a couple of other things that I was doing this week. What was I doing? Well, last week I recorded Rayman 3, and I think I told you about that in my Half-Life episode. That I recorded the entirety of Rayman 3, Little Havoc. Unfortunately, in a 4x3 screen proportion, because you can't really change it in-game. I would have to download a mod, and I was just kind of like, I don't really want to download any fucking mods on top of the game itself, because I had the original copy that I fucking had on PC a while ago. This part of the game kind of sucks. All you do here is just defend the gate until it opens. And if you ever watched any of my videos, let's say my Borderlands episodes, my Borderlands 2 episodes, you probably maybe heard me mention the fact that I really fucking hate base defense. Just like waves of enemies just going after you, and just not fun. Just sitting in one place, running around, shooting everyone. I would much rather have it running through a hallway with scenery changing, instead of just running around the same dumbass area, waiting for the stupid gate to open. I wasn't even sure what they're doing and have something right, because it just takes so long for Alex to open the gate. But no, I was actually Cyber Cafe. I was actually doing it right. Well, maybe except the fact that I was getting my ass kicked a little bit by these dumbass combat soldiers. Yeah, so next week after that, this week, I recorded Rayman 2. Now, thankfully, Rayman 2 runs in a 16:9, which one mission proves that the game wasn't designed to run in such a screen proportion. But I'll probably explain that when the Let's Play happens, because it will be hard to explain. Well, what happens in one mission, you're running away from an enemy, and the camera takes the point of view from inside the mouth of the enemy chasing you. But all the game really does is just simply puts a texture on the screen that makes it look like as if you're looking through the mouth of the monster. And you can see that the mouth isn't wide enough to cover a 16:9 screen proportion. That the game was designed to run in a 4x3. And you know, that might have been fine back when computer monitors were actually at 4x3, because you didn't get any blank bars. But I absolutely despise blank bars. That's what people have been telling me in my Mega Man Let's Plays, that I shouldn't play with a stretch screen. It should just simply play in the original resolution. I don't want to. It looks ugly in my opinion. Dumbass black bars, or even worse in Mega Man's condition, it's just like a black border around the whole game. Yeah, so this whole time I didn't even kill myself, but man, they started rushing us. Without me defending every single corner of the stupid game. So many of them showed up, it's ridiculous. What if I would have died now? Would I have to do this whole shit again? We're really close to the end, by the way, like I mentioned multiple times. There's only 21 episodes.
Barney should be on the far side of that canal.
Oh no.
There used to be a bridge.
There'll be one more episode after I'm done today. Fuck, I thought I would finish Half-Life today. That's a bummer. Anyway, what was I saying? Sure, I was saying something. What? Oh yeah, Rayman 2. And a funny thing happened towards the end. I was playing through the game myself just to have it figured out how to play it, because I only played it as a kid. Back in the day, I actually also had it on PC alongside Rayman 3. But I never beaten it. I got stuck like pretty early on as a kid. I think maybe controls in Rayman 2 weren't as, I don't know, good as in Rayman 3. Overall, a lot of people love Rayman 2, and I do think it's one of the best 3D platformers ever. And Rayman 1 is one of the best 2D platformers, but I still prefer 3. Maybe because I played it more as a kid. I don't know. There was also this whole fucking fucked up situation. I was talking about Rayman 3 in that Lighthouse episode where I was explaining how fucked up it was for me to record. Because I broke the whole game. Accidentally. Anyway, and what happened... I got to the final boss, and it's the big robot that kinda... You have to fight it at the top of the space pirate ship, and then it falls into the ship, and then you have to fight it while also flying a missile. Which I think is stupid. Why can't you fucking fight the boss fight like it is at the beginning? Instead, you like hit it twice, you take like, I don't know, 1/4 of its health in that mode, and then you switch to flying a shell. Why would the final boss fight of a 3D platformer game involve a gimmick that was only used occasionally in some levels? I think that's stupid. Also, this level looks really horrendous without the fucking shadows. It looks like some kind of fucking... some kind of, I don't know, trick your eyes image. You look at it long enough and you see a 3D image or something like that. It's still fucking awful. An eyesore. Was I supporting the platform for a little bit? I figured this was a good idea, right? Solving puzzles in Half-Life. I was getting all these PC games recently, like both these Rayman games are on PC. And my friend has Portal 2 and he lended me his Steam account. And I also thought, no, maybe I'll buy Portal 1. But then I figured, why don't I buy Half-Life Episode 2? Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and I'll just be done with Half-Life. I know there's DLCs that are actually canonical to the story, but I don't know, maybe one day we'll do them. Oh, lag. That was the guess's fault. I could have really at least tried to reset the game and bring the shadows back. Bring them back from the Shadow Realm. Yeah, and what happened to the final boss in Rayman 2? During like the final portion of the fight, where there's like very little health left, he's supposed to climb to the top of the arena that you fight him in. And I was confused at first because of what happened. And I looked it up and people were fighting him on like PlayStation 1 version, the PC version, some other versions of the game. And in each one of their versions, he climbs to the top and they just shoot him and he falls down like he should have done in my game. But what he done in my game instead is he climbed beyond top of the arena and he climbed through the ceiling. I don't understand why that happened, some kind of glitch, but at first I was really fucked up by that. I felt like, oh no, the game broke, I can't shoot him while he's off the fucking arena because there's a wall in between us. There's a ceiling I can't shoot him through. Nice job, guys. He was, instead of shooting me, he was assigned. He just waved his fucking hand around. Fucking shook his finger at me in disagreement. Like, no, you shouldn't kill people, Gordon. Oh, got a snake. rattlesnake. This puzzle took me a long time to realize how to fucking do it, even though I don't know, it wasn't shown very well. I thought it was just the door that gets stuck. And I don't know why, I thought maybe you had to go down, but at this point I was like, oh well, I'm fucked. You can't get back up. I was like, oh, never mind, you can. I remember I fell down there. Maybe I fell down there by accident. Anyway, and... yeah, see this door. It's blocked by this fucking thing, and I didn't realize you can move it through a window. So I was just trying to open the door by force. And I was like trying to push a bunch of shit into it. Also, there's the Half-Life logo down there. I don't know really what it's supposed to mean. These logos supposed to mean something like, oh, there's a secret stash nearby, but did I collected it? Was there a stash nearby? I don't remember. Yeah, and when I was playing myself, I was like, well, the game's broken. That's it. I can't beat it. And I was reloading my save file, and I was keep doing that. I was keep falling into walls, getting hit by his missile, falling into lava. It was pissing me the fuck off, and I was like, well, fuck me in the ass. Whole fucking game. And the final boss decided to break. And I was like, well, fucking what? Maybe what I'm gonna do is just simply show you the boss, and then show you that my copy's broken. Maybe my disc is scratched or whatever. And I still think it possibly is, because, you know, of that shouldn't happen. He shouldn't climb beyond the fucking ceiling. Yeah, and then the next day I sat down to record the whole game. So I was playing through it, recording it. I did better than the first time around, but I honestly have to tell you, some of the levels I kind of fucked up. Because what happens in video games sometimes, especially, well, not especially platformers, but what happens in video games, you sometimes go through a hallway, in like a dungeon, let's say, and you run into a split. You look at each door, and you think to yourself, which door looks more important? I don't know, the one with like gold around it, and like a badass door and some chests, or the one that doesn't have anything, and doesn't seem significant. So, what my video game logic does, my fucking gamer brain tells me to do, is to first go through the shitty door, so that you may find some gold, some potions, whatever, and then when you're done with exploring the shitty door, it's a fucking rectangle down there, it's a fucking monolith, and when you're done exploring the shitty part, you go to the right one. But sometimes that backfires when I accidentally go to the right one first, and then I end up missing out on what was on the shitty one. And that's what happened to me in Rayman 3. Sometimes there would be splits in the road, and one of the splits seemed way more accessible than the other one. So I figured, oh, the way more accessible one has to be the right way to go, while the more inaccessible one has to be the bonus. Maybe there's some hidden cages in there, because in Rayman 2 you collect cages. You know what I appreciate about these new headphones? The fact that the cable isn't as fucking long as it was in... as it was on my Sharkoon, so my desk doesn't look like a mess of cables when I'm recording PC footage. But one thing, this fucking microphone could have been a little more in front of my mouth. But then maybe if that was the case, then I would be like spinning on it, fucking blowing on it all the time while I talk. But so maybe that's not such a bad thing. I killed myself, whatever. Look, you could see the models just laying there. It wasn't a bottomless pit, it was just a black texture. I guess if I hit the shadows on, then there would be shadows leading up to the black texture, which would probably make it look like a bottomless pit. But I didn't hit the shadows, so it just ends up looking really ugly. There is a stash right there. Whoa, nice. Parkours. Surf maps taught me well. Actually, I never knew how to surf in Valve games, like TF2 or Counter-Strike. God damn it. And I was going through it. I didn't went through it in one sitting, though. Rayman 2, I think, turned out to be way longer than Rayman 3. And, and I ran into the final boss again, of course. And the same thing happened. He went beyond the wall. Even I did better at his fight. I got to that point way faster than the other time. So I'm glad I did that. Yes, see how stuck I am? All you have to do is use the portal, I mean the gravity gun, to move the thing to move the thing that's, you know, on the other side, but I didn't realize you can move it through a window. Should have shown me that earlier, maybe. I can move it through objects. I just decided to like, glitch the door. Maybe somewhere. I think it worked actually. I just kept blasting it like that. Never mind, I figured it out. Dumbass door. Yeah, and all you had to do in that part, or at least all I had to do, because maybe your copy isn't as broken as mine, was just simply wait for him a little bit, and then he goes back down and you can shoot him and he falls into lava and you win. I still think this boss fight should have been more about jumping and platforming like you were doing the whole fucking game instead of flying a stupid ass missile around, which isn't even that fun to do because it's very fucking finicky. You touch one thing and the missile ends up going fucking insane and just crashing into everything. It's really hard to control that. I thought the aliens were on the, you know, the same side, so why the fuck did the barnacle ate the hit grab? Poor Barnacle. Maybe that was Steve. Steve the head grab? Oh shit, I forgot to read the fanfic. Anyway, let me finish about Rayman. So after that, where do you go next from Rayman 2 and 3? 1? You know what, I'll do 1 at some point. Not anytime soon, but I'll do 1. Someday I'll sit down, maybe have some kind of guide telling me how to do it properly, and I'll record Rayman 1. Oh shit. How many of them fell down? Because Rayman 1 is really fucking difficult. That's what's been kind of making me not want to record it, because even as a kid I remember that the game was so fucking tough even when I asked my dad to beat it for me, he couldn't do it. And we just both got really infuriated at that goddamn game. I did play the Rayman English. That was a Rayman English pitching tool. I don't remember anything from it, I just remember that I had it. I don't really have any of these educational games that I had as a kid. Maybe I just simply threw them the fuck away. I then thought at one point I would make a gaming YouTube channel and I would maybe record these for like nostalgia's sake. A little nostalgia run to Rayman English. Speedrun Rayman English. With my shitty English skills. Oh shit. That consists of swearing all the time. Yeah, so I went with Rayman Origins. I 100% in Rayman Origins on PS3 one time. I got it. I remember I asked my mom to get Rayman 3 on my birthday. Rayman Origins on my birthday. And she got me a movie tie-in game on PS3 that was tying in with Tintin animated movie. This crate's weird. It doesn't serve any purpose, just one weird crate here. Unless it does, I just forgot. Oh no. That strange cow sounding fucking zombie. Should throw a grenade in there. And I love the reload sound of this gun. One thing I kind of feel like when I'm gonna be recording commentary for Rayman 3 is gonna be really fun. It's like in Half-Life, if I shut up right now, what do you hear? Ambience and my footsteps. So if let's say I would run out of things to say, I would just listen to nothing. But in Rayman 3 you're constantly fucking bombarded with amazing goddamn music left and right. It's a Rayman Origins, I bought it on GOG. And I bought it on GOG and what? I 100%ed it one time on PS3 and I 100%ed it a couple of times on my PS Vita. And funny enough, the PS Vita's version is harder to 100% because there's an additional collectible besides Electoons, cages, and Electoons and the fucking crystals. The Crimson, I think they're called. Jesus, what the fuck? Fucked up explosion. There are also these like little tier guys that you have to find in every level, utilizing the touchscreen of the game. And I kinda had Origins fresh in my mind because... oh no. Because recently I was like, well, my sister keeps wanting to fucking play video games on my PS4 while I'm fucking busy playing something. So I gave her my PS Vita and I downloaded her some platformers and she's playing Rayman Origins all the goddamn time. I think she's watching it like 3 times over and she's playing it again. Not 100% like me though. Yeah, and at first I beaten it a couple of times, 100%. And I've begun recording the PC version, which I was playing with an Xbox controller, so it's kind of like I was playing an Xbox version or something. Except one weird thing is that, oh yeah, and at first I was like, okay, I'm gonna go through this game. I'm gonna try to collect everything. I'm gonna try to like collect all the points, all the cages. I'm gonna try to go for like 100%. But if I miss one in one stage, I won't go back for it, you know? It's not a 100% run or anything. By the end of the game, I only missed 2 points to 100% it. And all the time trials. So I was like, oh well, I might as well replay those. I missed 1 cage in 1 level. That was pretty well hidden, so I don't blame myself for missing it. And I also didn't get enough points for medal. Because in every level to 100% it properly, you have to get like over 350 points. Every normal platforming level. Some levels require a little less, but those are like shorter levels. Yeah, and at that point I was like, well, I only missed 2 Electoons, I might as well go back and get them. And while I did that, I also figured I might as well go and get the time trial ones. So I ended up making 100%, I guess, walkthrough Let's Play of Rayman Origins. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, we get to these Rayman games when we get to them. I don't fucking plan on rushing anything. These are like newly released games, so no one really cares. I don't feel like anyone would care like, oh, Rayman Origins has to be released now. Because in, I don't know, a year, when I'm actually probably gonna get to these games. For example, this game's footage. This footage is from like 1 year ago. So you can't really blame me for forgetting some of the details on what I had to do in this game. Because it's fucking old. Oh, and you know what? Another thing interesting. These new headphones, they came with like this USB. What's it fucking called again? Adapter. A USB adapter, so I can plug in my headphones with a USB. And USBs aren't broken on my computer, so maybe my computer will finally recognize a microphone, which means that I could possibly in the future record PC games and not have to record the commentary afterwards. I could record the footage and the commentary at the same time. These guys are fucking annoying. Took down so much of my fucking health and I didn't even do anything. Yeah, and after I was done with Origins and I 100%ed the whole game, where do you go from there? Rayman Legends? No, because I already made a Let's Play of Rayman Legends a while ago. Just funny enough that I put Rayman. You know, a funny thing on my fucking channel background. There's like what? There is the Rayman 3 Rayman cover, and I haven't done Rayman 3. Well, now I'm about to, so it's fine. Oh jeez. Yeah, I have like a shit ton of PC games now. I kind of figured maybe this year I'm gonna play PC more often than I did last year. Last year I played like what? I played Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. I played Poker Night, I played McPixel, I played Half-Life 1 and 2. That was about it. This year I already played more PC games than last year. Oh jeez, don't shoot me with the passport. Oh yeah, remember me referencing Half-Life VR AI series and the first Half-Life game? Still, you know, ain't waiting for a new fan series from them. Whoa, shit. That didn't went well. Fell the fuck off the whole stage. So after Rayman Origins, I went and recorded Rayman Raving Rabbits. I also went and recorded Rayman Raving Rabbits 2. That game sucked dick, so I didn't decide. I wasn't even gonna finish it. I was just like, fuck it, that doesn't deserve a whole Let's Play. Especially the PC version of it doesn't deserve a whole Let's Play. Because it doesn't have a story mode, it just kinda drops you in and you just choose a minigame to play. So it kinda sucks. And yeah, so I made a gameplay and such out of Rayman Raving Rabbits 2, and I was actually gonna record the commentary for it today, since it's a pretty short episode, it's like 13 minutes long. In those 13 minutes I done every minigame and I get like the highest score in them. So it's like on the highest difficulty, because the game's stupid. Yeah, Rayman Raving Rabbits 1 isn't much better. It's definitely not fucking a worthy follow-up to Rayman 3. And playing through it, I realized how much like it was supposed to be genuinely Rayman 4, and it seems like the plot. Even I remember when like the first trailers of it came out, and not the first trailers, but in like gaming magazines at the time, I saw like screenshots of Rayman riding on these like realistic animals, and they were these grotesque looking rabbits and like spaceships. Even the first trailer for it, I think it was like Rayman facing these like giant spaceships, and out of them came out rabbits, and they were all like really weird and ugly looking. And I think what happened is someone decided that Rayman 4 took a really grim and dark approach, so they made rabbits more cute, which is the rabbits we ended up with now.
Barney said you were on the way. We got split up.
How
by
much time
snipers,
have I spent talking
and
about
he's pinned
Rayman?
down in a
A
warehouse
long
up
time.
ahead. Go ahead.
You're
He's
not male
relying
7.
on you.
I don't listen
You
to
lead the
anyone but
way.
male 7, dude. Yeah, and it's a minigame collection, so every episode I decided I'm gonna do one chapter. It didn't took me very long of beating the whole game. There's a sniper. Unfortunately, you can't take him down with a crossbow like I was hoping I could. Fortunately, you can't. I think he killed male not 7. Male 6.5. Oh yeah, there he is. Dead. Whoops. Ooh, photocopy. I like that he shoots the stuff around you and you can see how impactful it is. Like he shoots the sign and just starts swinging. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I beaten Rayman Raving Rabbits, and even throughout the minigames you can see level teams. Probably what they were meant to be used in Rayman 4. There seems like the game should have a western theme. Like Rayman was gonna be on a desert with like cowboys looking location. There was like a grim looking cemetery with like gargoyles and stuff. And one of the levels takes place on an alien spaceship, a rabbit spaceship, and you can see all these rabbit looking robots in the background. And the whole game has this silly fucking story to it, that Rayman gets kidnapped and he has to take part in these dumbass minigames. But these minigames sometimes have like these really dark and edgy looking shit in the background. And you can see that this is what Rayman 4 was supposed to fucking have. Like these big rabbits with scary vein looking masks. Or the robot rabbits, they all look scary, except for the normal rabbits, which is probably why they toned down the normal rabbits. They figured every single rabbit looks fucking scary in this game. This is not the way I was supposed to go, by the way. So I kinda fucked it up. But maybe at least I killed the sniper, right? He can't look this much down. Can I shoot him? See, he's right there. I can throw a grenade in the stupid window. Like Half-Life 1. I feel like they spawned in that body. That there wasn't a sniper standing there actually shooting me. There's no sniper rifles like that in this game. So I think it was just a script.
Maybe you can help him.
I'm his old boyfriend, according to one fanfiction. Thank you very much. According to a canonical, totally fanfiction.
Go on, Dr. Freeman.
Yeah, and that game just pisses me off about what could have been. She's dead already? Nice. Nice job. No, he died. She didn't die. Come on, do a little better job avoiding the fucking obvious laser pointing at you. Go, come on. I gotta fucking go everywhere. Shotgun's my favorite weapon in this game. It just takes care of enemies and so fucking nice to use. It sounds great too, since I'm not actually using it right now. Yeah, so I had made Rayman Raving Rabbits Let's Play. I recorded the whole thing. Kinda mad about it. It's not a great game, I gotta say. It's not like a good game. But I don't know, it's just kinda, especially on PC, all the it was designed on Wii. So the PC port on it kinda makes you use mouse for like movements you originally were supposed to do with the Wiimote. So it makes some of the minigames like ridiculously fucking easy, while it makes some other minigames like super fucking hard. Yeah, and that's another thing. When in the production process of this game did they scrap the idea for making Rayman 4 with rabbits from Space Invasion and a grim tone to it, and they instead decided to go with... Who's that up there? Is that Barney? And they instead decided to go with a minigame collection with some stupid ass story. Also, the ending of this game is garbage. And it genuinely pissed me off how this game ends. I even looked up and did I got the bad ending? What happened? No, that's just fucking ending to the game. There is no good ending. There's just one ending. That's awful.
Over here.
Really shitty. I don't know if they cut out the good ending and you can only get the bad one. Shut up, Barty. I fucking see you.
I can't move. These snipers got me pinned down.
I'll get you pinned down. Yeah, I figured already.
Gordon, take out these snipers, would you?
Shit. Fell down.
One down, one to go, buddy.
Called me his buddy. I don't have a rocket though. So I gotta make a precise throw with a grenade. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice I don't have fucking rockets. I wonder how long I've been playing this game. Like a crow got stuck to the ground. I wonder if I noticed it. Yeah, and what else?
Gordon, take out these snipers, would you?
What else about Rayman?
Gordon, grenades.
Dude, shut up, I know.
Right, thanks, Gordon.
So annoying. I guess they figured out that he's a spy.
Little help here? Just like old times, eh, Gordon?
Yeah, sure. Except I didn't kill you this time. Crow stuck in the ground. Now it's not. I was curious if I'm gonna notice that or not. What else did I record it? So, I also had a PC version of what's in my opinion my favorite fucking Wii game, which is Rabbids Go Home. The Wii version is way better than the PC one, but I don't have any means of recording footage from a Wii. Unless I would play an emulator, but I don't know how the fuck do you emulate the fucking Wii on PC. With a mouse again?
Let me get this.
I think I would just rather not play it on an emulator. Even though the emulator actually has the story of the game, which makes it make sense, but the PC version instead just simply has a level select screen, and you just select levels, and they are out of order, so it doesn't make sense in the progression of the story. For example, there's a side plot going on with like a sick patient falling in love with a nurse in that game, and I followed the level from like, you know, the first one that they shown me to this last one, and the levels are kind of long too. Also, that game has a fucking amazing soundtrack for some reason. That game's super underrated in my opinion. It's my favorite Wii game, like I said. And yeah, jeez, that thing explodes like immediately as you shoot it. Damn it, I'm really low on health. About to get fucked. Look, a medic. It's male 7. I knew I could rely on you, male 7.
I'm gonna mate. When this is all over, Nah, who am I kidding? Doesn't anyone care what I think?
I guess you
I
won't
can't get
mate.
this tune out of my head.
Me too, I'm keep fucking whistling Rivers of Babylon recently. You know why? Because it's part of the fucking Rabbits Go Home soundtrack. Rabbits Go Home isn't a Rayman game, I know it's a Rabbits game, but... And also, I wanna point out, I don't hate Rabbits, I just kinda hate... Because it's not their fucking fault, they're not real. They didn't make a decision to, oh, let's kill off Rayman. It's Ubisoft's fault. They decided that, oh, we're gonna turn Rayman into a party franchise. And we're slowly gonna push him off the fucking main spotlight and put rabbits in there.
There's an old building up ahead.
So I don't fucking understand whose dumbass decision was it. Was it actually because Wii was released and a popular genre on video games on Wii was party games? And they were like, oh, we're, I don't know, not gonna make up a new party franchise. No, we're gonna turn our existing beloved franchise into a shitty party franchise. Besides Mario Party, I don't think there's a single good party franchise. Tell me one. What's a good party game besides Mario Party? And even not all Mario Parties are good.
Suppress anyone coming through unless we shut it down.
Can you name one? I can't. Can't think of a single one. Because I don't particularly like party games. Anyway, and... One free man. I thought it was the fact that my last name is Freeman in this game. Was like a... was never actually mentioned. It was just a nice little detail about the character. But he just straight up calls me one free man. Thanks. Our benefactors, who are they? Nice. Guys. Great job. It's all your fault though. None of it is mine. And the PC version, I had a problem with it, alright? So my version of Rayman Raving Rabbids, Rabbids Go Home on PC, which is already a kind of obscure version of that game, because everybody knows it's a Wii game. But I had it on PC. It came with those magazines, and each part of it came with a minifigure of a rabbit, and I really love rabbits. That's the thing I was gonna say. I love rabbits. And the newest Rabbids game, the Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, is also really good. I wish it was just rabbits, because I feel like Mario doesn't add much to it.
I don't feel anything anymore. God, I'm hungry.
I feel like it would be funnier if they just could go all out with rabbits insanity. But it was a nice thing that they actually let them fucking cross a Ubisoft franchise crossover with Mario. That was nice. And there was this whole thing about how the game designer of that game was crying.
Here, have a med kit.
Because Shigeru Miyamoto called his fucking game nice or whatever. Came out on the stage with this strange looking Mega Buster looking gun. Yeah, I remember when the first leaks of that game came out, that people were just making fun of it, that it wasn't true. Mario with a gun. Yeah, it was true. Mario the Shadow of the Hedgehog.
First, we gotta get into the Nexus building.
Okay, let's get into the Nexus building. I'm not even done with the first episode and my throat already hurts. And something happens with my version of the game. I don't know if it's scratched up because... Oh, you seen that? I had 150 health for a second. Or was it just me?
We'll have to shut it down from inside.
Alright.
Sorry, Doc.
And I don't know if it's the fault of the game being old, or the PC version being non-compatible with like modern Windows or something, or is it because every single one of my discs is scratched the same way? Because I refuse to believe every single one of them is fucked up the same way. Because what happens is that unless maybe disc 1 installs the game and disc 2 and 3, or how many there are, they just simply add new levels. That could be the case actually. Anyway, I think there's 4 discs. I think maybe that's the case, because what happens, imagine if the floor in this game was flickering constant, non-stop, and it was flickering between looking normal and being blue for some reason. Not even blue, like cyan blue. That's what happened in my Rabbits Go Home game. And I was trying to figure it out. I was like changing something in the files. I figured maybe some kind of texture was supposed to be on top of the floor. Like, I don't know, like a texture of water maybe, or like some particle effect. And they kind of broke, giving the floor like this weird flickering thing. But I couldn't do anything about it. So my Let's Play of Rabbits Go Home looks really fucked up. I played through the whole game on PC. And I felt like, oh, I'm gonna buy a new version.
Take this med kit.
But then I realized they don't sell this game digitally anywhere. I would have to order an actual physical PC version from somewhere over the internet. And I don't have a guarantee that maybe their version is fucked up. They could lie to me that it works perfectly fine. So yeah, I decided not to fucking do it, and I was just like, well, I already own the game. I don't want to own 2 copies of the same fucking game just because one... Like, it's not broken.
Yes,
Take this med kit.
I'm talking to you.
You know,
Someday, this will all be a bad memory.
it's not broken where you
I'm
can't
glad
play
there's
it.
no kids around to see this. To think all I used to want to do was sell insurance.
With the ability to sway reactionary and fearful minds.
It's just
Sometimes
fucked
I
up,
dream
you know?
about
Choosing
cheese.
instead to
Now she
embark on a
dreams about cheese too?
ignorance and
Excuse me?
decay. Make no mistake, Dr.
Take this med kit.
This is not a science.
Thanks,
Never
Male
was gonna
7.
be one of those days.
This is
Dude, Male
death
7
and
has
finality.
a mustache like I do.
Over again.
Humanity into
I'm not
free
even
fall.
gonna
That's
tell you
right,
what that
everybody.
means.
I'm trying to resemble the perfect human being, which is Male 7.
I feel it. I don't think this war's ever gonna end. I can't remember.
And I ran out of Rayman things to say, and
So much for serving
Finally,
humanity.
change is in the air.
made the whole fucking
Pretty
episode
sure
all
this
over.
isn't part of the plan.
I was supposed to read a fanfic.
I can't remember the last time I had.
Whatever, fuck the fanfic. And I just woke up, I'm kinda sleepy still. I was talking about Rayman 1. Because Rayman 1 was originally intended as a Atari Jaguar exclusive game. But Atari Jaguar was advertised as the first 64-bit system back when it mattered how many bits a video game console have. I don't know, guess how many bits is a PS5? I'm gonna look it up. So it was advertised as such, but in reality, what Atari Jaguar really was, it was actually kind of like 2 32-bit system combined into one. Nobody liked it, nobody utilized its full potential, so it kind of sucked ass. Hold on, I'll repeat this. 5. How many bits is a PS5? I could advertise it. I could make like a funny little callback to the bit wars and just call it 256 bits. Is that right?
Great. I'll open this up.
People still fucking give a shit how many bits?
Oops.
ships.
Some people say over 4,000
They'll be
bits.
coming from the roof.
I don't fucking know. Who the fuck cares?
Want to get through these shields, we'll take out the generators one at a
What was I
time.
talking about? Oh yes, Atari Jaguar. And what else about Atari Jaguar? Yeah, Rayman came out for it. The Atari Jaguar version was kind of shitty, but alongside of it was a PS1 version. PS1 version is pretty much the only successful 32-bit system ever. Because all the other companies just jumped straight to the 64 bits, you know, like Nintendo 64. And you had the fucking Sega Saturn. While PlayStation was the only fucking video game console that actually had 32 bits. And it was good, and it was successful. Look at the fucking version of Metal Gear Solid, and Metal Gear Solid on GameCube.
My God.
Which I think they came out around pretty close to each other. I'm not sure.
Here, patch yourself up.
But the fact how good the GameCube version looks till this day, I think GameCube came out around the time when PS2 was around. That was like that fucking generation of video games. I don't know, maybe it's not a good comparison. Anyway, the PS1 version was really good. That's the one I played as a kid, because I had a PS1. Even though when I had a PS1, I didn't play Rayman 1 on it. I played Rayman 1 on my PS2, because PS2 could also play PS1 games. You know what I always found stupid? How the early copies of PS3 could play PS2 and 1 games, but the later releases of PS3 couldn't.
Fantastic.
I don't remember anyone being like, ah, whatever. Everyone just kind of didn't give a shit. They were like,
Take this med.
it doesn't matter. But nowadays, like, how the fuck did that not made a bigger fucking controversy that they just kind of got rid of such a fucking cool feature? I don't know if my PS3 can play PS2 games. PS1 games. I certainly can buy digitally on my PS3. I still have a PS3. I kind of regret I don't have my PS2 anymore. That I sold it. But all my games on it too. And my PSP. My PSP I regret because I didn't even got that much money out of it. I super regretted that fucking choice. Yeah, it's a funny trick to do with the bombs. You can just blast them away. Having two medics is pretty cool because then they both heal you at the same time and you get like 40 health from them. Or 80, I don't know how much health it gives you, I think 20.
Take this med kit.
I think around this part I noticed I finally did something about the shadows being gone. So I think Rayman 1 had either it was a re-release or it was a remaster, I'm not sure. But it was called Rayman Forever. It was very called Rayman Forever. And the problem I have with Rayman 1 and the fact that I don't really want to record it is the fact that to beat the game properly, to fight the final boss, you basically have to 100% the game. You have to get all the Electroons, which are the, like the only collectible in the entire game. And if you don't fucking collect all of them, then the main bad guy wins. Mr. Dark just announces that he wins, that he won because he didn't collect everything. He doesn't even let you fight him, and there are some boss fights that are so infuriatingly fucking hard to do. I feel like I just don't fucking... I would like go insane if I try to fucking record Rayman 1. I would genuinely fucking go insane. And I would pull my fucking hairs out. But I don't know, maybe the Forever version actually fixes that. Last time I played Rayman 1, that's a weird thing too. Rayman 1 used to be available on mobile devices, but then they got rid of it from Google Store or whatever. It's kind of like, well, why did they get rid of it?
One generator to go.
It would, like, what, did the fucking something expired where they couldn't use it anymore? Did they just, I don't know, decided the game doesn't fucking sell well? I mean, it was for free anyway. I don't really get it. Remember that one time I made my friend play it and he was getting so fucking mad about it? That was kind of funny. When I played Rayman 1 as a kid, I got stuck on the first level that involved you flying a mosquito. Also, Rayman Origins is... I like to think that there are two different Rayman timelines. There's the first timeline, which is Rayman 1, 2, 3, and then Raving Rabbits. Which is also why I fucking hate Raving Rabbits ending. Because it implies that after all that shit... Well, I don't want to spoil the ending, but the ending sucks. It's basically super out of character for Rayman to fucking do something like that. Just makes Rayman so pathetic. And I like to think there's this other continuity, which is Rayman Origins and Legends. Which, now that I think about it, I don't know what would I like them to do if the Rayman 4 ever got made. I think I would like them just to ignore Raving Rabbits and just continue off of 3. Just think about it. Raving Rabbits wasn't numbered. It could have been on its kind of like own continuity. And who the fuck cares about Rayman continuity except for me, I guess. So it could have been just 1, 2, 3, and then 4 if they ever made it. That's a fun, not a fun thing, but about last year, Michel Ancel, the creator of Rayman, just straight up left video game industry. He was just like, I don't fucking care anymore. He just left. I understand you don't have to have the original creator to actually like, you know, like do a good job. That's why I'm still hopeful for a new, maybe good Metal Gear game to be made, because it's like, you know, Hideo Kojima wasn't the only fucking person making those games. He didn't do everything himself. So it's like, you know, other fucking people that worked on these games, co-writers or something, they could take it over, and they're just good of a job. I believe that, at least. So Michel Ancel left, and he was in the middle of working on Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is a prequel to Beyond Good and Evil. I never played Beyond Good and Evil.
Try using the hoppers against us.
But I always... Oh, never thought of it. I don't think even when I played I thought of it. I don't think I knew what the fuck to do. I'm the trap. Yeah, I think I didn't figure out what to do. Man, that I fucked it up.
Take this medkit. Patch yourself up.
See how nice it is to have these guys following you around? 2 medics. I have a pocket medic. Yeah, and Beyond Good and Evil 2 was announced like what, 3 years ago on an E3, and to this day we still didn't get a new trailer. We didn't even get any news. One time the CEO of Ubisoft, I think, talked about it, and he just confirmed that the game is progressing nicely. But the thing is, Michel Ancel announced a while ago that after the Beyond Good and Evil 2, he has to come back for a proper Rayman 4. And at this point, I don't know if he will come back just this once to make a Rayman 4. So it's not like, you know, him giving up on video games means that he can't at any point just decide that, you know what, I missed it. Maybe he said he's given up, but all he really wants is just a little break from it.
Here, have a medkit.
You know, maybe he just got burned out making all those video games. All those... Yeah, maybe Ubisoft pissed him off or something, I don't know.
That'll shut down the suppressor on the roof as well. Let's head for the roof now, Gordon.
And, so, I don't know, the future of Rayman is absolutely unstable. Even though we did get Rayman Adventure, I remember when the trailer for Rayman Adventures came out, and it looked like this game was gonna have a pirate theme going on, and I was like, oh, that's so fucking cool, I can't wait for it. Another great 2D platformer with Rayman. While rabbits are all shit. Cause let's be honest, Rayman... Rabbids game never fucking were
Let's head for the roof now,
good.
Gordon.
I don't know, maybe I just hate party games. Because I don't think they're fucking interesting.
To the roof, Gordon.
Cause shit, I don't know, when I play a video game I would like to and have just as much fun with it with friends and by myself. But when a video game is specifically designed to play with others, it just fucking loses my interest. Because I'm not gonna consistently have another person interested in the same game that I am and have them play it with me.
I'm gonna stay here and keep these gates open long enough to make a difference. Go on up and connect the sky.
Yes, I recorded all the
We need to
Rayman
let
games,
reinforcements
and
come
now
through
I
from
was
every
gonna move on to
possible
Sonic games.
If any more citizens come
Sonic
through,
games that I
I'll
have
send
in
them
mind
up
to
find
record
you.
are Sonic
See
1,
you when I see
Sonic
you,
2,
Gordon.
and Sonic CD. Sonic 3 maybe, but I would have to play it on an emulator because Sega has something where they can't fucking re-release Sonic 3 for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, did I... Fuck. See you fellas in the next episode, bye.